the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Safety car, safety car, safety car, single file guard, single file, safety car.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Safety car, safety car, safety car, single file guard, single file, safety car.
Humans. Extinction.
Alfala is $10,500 richer. Two-time NASCAR legend is your 2013 NASCAR iRacing. It's going to be Humpy winning the race, and it's going to be Conti taking away his first NASCAR
2017 NASCAR Beginner Free Series Championship to Ryan Luza. Alfala is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR Beginner Free iRacing Series.
Safety car, safety car, safety car, single file guard, single file, safety car.
welcome again to a Podium Broadcasting AMF GT Dev Series race. Now this is round 9, this is the last round of the season. Everything's a bit hectic around here at the broadcast booth. We've had so much technical dramas over the last few days, but we've pulled together in the last probably about half an hour. So as once again, I'm Steve, and I'm joined in the commentary box with Isaac. Isaac, how you going, bud?
Yeah, I'm going good. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Our heart rate's a bit higher. We had some major issues for the last little bit, so yeah, definitely glad to see what's going to go on and what's going to happen tonight, and yeah, see the final race of the season. So on that,
Yeah,
as we always do, let's see the sponsor. Sponsor tonight is RMS, as usual, your one-stop shop for all your iRacing software. Keep an eye out for this. Check Facebook, Discord, and also their website as well. Releasing early 2020. This will be the software to get if you have iRacing and if you're a broadcaster as well. And anything you do with iRacing, definitely Dave's the man. He's on it. Alright, so what we'll do is we will go straight to the championship points, okay? Now, in the GTE standings, as of tonight, so before this race, or the final race, we have Chris Whittaker on top, FT1, 1339 points. In second place, we've got Tyler Blackburn, Race on Osworth, 1,095 points. Craig Edwards really close behind on a Fusion Sim Racing at 1058. Scott Chambers from PRT on 901. Pat Gallo from RRT on 874. In the GT3 standings, surprise, surprise, you've got Tom Curran up the front and RRT with 1419. Rob Gray at a second with 1263. And then you have Chad Hearn, another RRT, surprise, surprise, 1133 points. Brendan West, a privateer, with 1,055 points. And Brendan Young from FGM. Alright, what's that funky giraffe something? At a 1024. So look, it's not so much sorted yet. So we'll definitely see what tonight's going to bring. And yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to see who's going to push hard tonight and who's not, and who's going to cruise or whatever. But look, it's the last race of the season. It's been an up and down season. It's been some awesome racing. So I'm so glad to see what's going to happen in this race.
Yeah, definitely, and I definitely think that Craig Edwards do have the chance to win the championship. Knowing him, his pace is really good, and
he's always a fast
Okayama
driver.
is exactly.
And we got a little bit of fog tonight as well.
So visibility is going to get a little cut.
Yeah, it'll be fun though.
Yeah, well, I expect it's typical Japanese weather.
Yeah, but look, this is where everyone begins. So it'd be good to see, like, because everyone jumps in an MX-5 at Okayama, and this is the first thing you do is when you get iRacing. So it's going to be an interesting fight tonight with these guys going with the big GT3 cars on a really short circuit, even though it is the long circuit technically. But even I say it's a short track. But it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, exactly, and just going to put a little announcement out there as well. This will be my final broadcast as a 19-year-old because on Tuesday, it will be my birthday, and I'll be 20.
Oh, he's moving up to the big... That's it, you're out of the teens, mate. You're out of the teens.
I'm keen, but I'm also scared.
Nah, nothing to be worried about. Wait until you get up our age, then you'll be asking questions.
Yeah, well, what have I done to... Oh, what have I done to myself?
Nah. See where your broadcasting career goes to.
Yeah, leaps and bounds.
Oh, mate. It's going to be good.
Definitely.
Right, as the time runs down from the end of practice, the countdown will be on. And hopefully the grid's going to work tonight. Okay, straight out of first position is Chris Whittaker. Whittaker? Yeah, Whittaker, because he told me the other day. Paul Jones out of second, Liam Eagle out of third, Nathan Anderson out of fourth, Aaron Invers out of fifth, James Wilson out of sixth, David Miller out of seventh, Scott Chambers out of eighth, Simon Mesmo out of ninth, Pat Gallo out of 10th, Darren Huxham out of 11th, Taylor Oakes out of 12th, Bruce Ross out of 13th, Dave Clements out of 14th, 15th, Chris Fraser, 16th, Ian Smee, Stephen Bartholomew out of 17th, Russ McQueen out of 18th, Gavin Barber out of 19th, Tyler Blackburn out of 20, and that is really weird to see him that far down the track. Dean Ross out of 21, and Ryan Kolstad is the pace car. GT3 Greg, surprise, surprise, Rob Gray up the front, Stephen Varga out of second, Mark Dial out of third, Jeremy Clark out of fourth, Edward Morgan out of fifth, Brenton West out of sixth, Dean Reddit out of seventh, Chris Radicic out of eighth, Sebastian Murray Westberg out of 9th, Kyle Booth out of 10th. Then we have David Mulhall, Ross D. Wilson, Andrew Lang, Liam Small, Chris Uding, and Grant Manaford. A couple of names you would have realised that wasn't there was first and third on the list.
Yeah.
Tom Curran.
I'm actually thinking to myself, where is Craig Evans?
That's another question.
Has he surrendered his championship?
Well, don't forget, the championship points, you still got drop rounds.
But has he already used the drop round for a sprint race before? I don't
That's
know.
interesting. Well, as we see them on the go, and we've already heard some touching and bouncing. Chris Whittaker taking up good. Still Paul Jones, Liam Eagle following behind. Let's have a look here back in the pack. Everything's going so good so far. Oh, Bruce Royce touching in the side of Taylor Oakes there. Tyler Blackburn running at the back of the pack. That's under that. As you see, Bruce Ross just take a little bit of grass down. Let's shoot back to the GT3s. Rob Gray's out in front already. What's going on here?
Yeah,
There's a big gap already.
huge gap. But there's Wilson around. The big chaos, but it's not at the moment. It's like it's all been cleared up. That was with Paul Jones, and James just pulls off, and but that's more contact. Daryl Huxton on Pat Gallo. And who was that forward involved in there? That was Stephen Bartholomew.
There's a big smash. As the GT3s are going through now.
That drama for 2 FT cars. That's what they wanted for the start of this race. So Darren Huxham now caught in the GT3 train. Needs to try and slice through, try and get back to the rest of the group. Oh man.
There's real major things going on here. Whew.
So we've already lost 2 drivers. Well, no, we already lost the driver of James Wilson. I don't think Darren Huxham actually made the start. We don't know, but through this first lap melee, it looks like everyone else is going off there relatively scot-free at the moment.
Yeah, we just had some dramas there with the audio being too loud.
Jeez.
As I said, we've had major technical dramas around here in the last 4 days.
This isn't a rave party. I know we like listening to loud stuff, but this is not something that needs to be loud.
Oh no, she was super loud. She was super, super loud. So I better turn it back up now, otherwise no one will be able to hear you. Right, so here we go. Chris Whittaker out the front.
Oh, another car around, Scott Chambers. Looks like he did it on his own. Actually, it clobbered the wall as well.
Oh, watch that
So it's got-
reversing back on the track though.
Oh! Rob
Close.
Gray. Very good invasive maneuver. That could have ended badly.
Could have. It didn't. It's still good.
Yes.
Still good.
Thank goodness for that.
Alright, let's get back on the broadcast here. Let's focus on what's happening. Let's focus on... Oh, watch the what? Oh, Ross D. Wilson getting a little bit... Rears locked up into that corner, but there you go. There's Steve Varga going to take that spot from him.
Will he though? Oh, gives him a bit of a... Here we go, he's for a dive.
Inside.
Yeah, lets him be. Good
Nice
job.
move.
Good job. That's what you need to do, just let him by. You know, had a little moment, but yeah. Best thing to do is just let him by. There you go, Pat Geller. Now begin a 20-second stop and hold for a collision with James Wilson on lap 1. No surprise there.
As he comes into the pits to serve his stop.
Looks like all the cars have now just spread away, but I just kind of jinxed myself. There's a bit of a competition going on at the moment with the GT3s. Chris Radicic having a little inter-team battle with Sebastian Murray Westberg.
Well, Sebastian's right up his bum there. I was about to say other words, but we'll have to keep it friendly.
Right, his clacker.
Yeah, but see this,
Good
5, 6 and 7, they're all got the same paint, so yeah, they're all teammates. Come on, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Must have
Give
been
it
the
some
fogs-
jandle.
Yeah, give it some jandle. So, yeah, the fog's playing a little bit of a part tonight. It was, in practice, originally it was 30%, now it's 5% in the race server, but I reckon it gives it that added little feel. Stephen Varga up the back of this chain here. You can't really push too much when it's against your teammates. You've got to take it nice and easy.
Yeah. Don't want to be making mistakes too, because
Dave Mutz was really putting under pressure and Dean Reddit though. See what happens down the GT3
Ooh, yeah.
as you can see him on the inside.
yeah. Wonder what Mulhall's going to do. Comes around the final corner now. Currently 5th in class, and now it's car number 7430. 7430. That will be. No, 740. Sorry, that's Stephen Varga for a collision at the start. So that's something we've missed.
Really? 32nd as well.
And he's right behind his teammates, so he will be skewing at the moment.
Yeah.
But wherever the yeah.
Dave Miller for RT. Pulling up the back of the train here. Looking a bit feisty. We'll see what happens
Yeah.
after this as well. Let's go back down to Paul Jones in P3. Same again, but Chris, he's just trying to get that gap on him. He's using that Ferrari, getting in early and getting that gap. Not to mention that there is a compulsory pit stop in this race tonight. So they do have to make a pit stop. So that'll be interesting.
Exactly. No.
Boys are playing nice too much at the moment. Stephen
It's
Vargas
like-
did get a spot on his teammate there, but he still has to serve his penalty, so he might come into the pits this one. Possibly.
Nope. Missed.
You do have 2 laps to serve that, if my memory is
So-
correct.
Oh, Mulhall just doing a bit of a dive on Dean Reddit, but watch the there might be a crisscross here, and will it happen? Oh, they're side by side, but looks like David's signified the move, and the pass has been done. So now he's actually pulled almost 3 car lengths on Reddit. So pass successfully executed, then a little bit of a gap now. As we look down the back, it looks like Steven Varga is about to just let Sebastian Murray Rosberg just go by. No, nope, that's not the case.
Last time. Oh, a little bit of touched. That's it.
Bit of
Pink. What's the penalty for that? That's a pink paint theme, isn't it, for a week? Have you hit your teammate?
I don't know how that works with AMF,
Well,
but I think they've done it with RRT. I know they did it once in an AOSC race with, I think it was Harley Haybird's Varga comes in now to service penalty. But yeah, I think that was the case in an AOSC race. I can't remember. So if one of you guys from RRT is currently watching this, just probably give us a bit of an insight on it to see if we've got it correctly, because I've got a feeling that we may have got something incorrectly. I don't know.
No, you'd have to do something seriously bad to get a pink paint though.
Yeah. Smallhold's gone slightly wide, coming out of turn number 2, was. And he's just got it way loose.
Coming back on.
Oh, Radicic. Murray Westberg, he's parked there.
He's not going to move yet.
He's not going to move. So, oh, good, good job. And he escapes out of it. So, what a shame that had to conclude the way it did. Mulhall was looking pretty good. Well, honestly, he could have kept going. I know you've lost a couple of spots, but surely you could have gone back and raced a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you jump back on track. He was in the position. He could have just pulled back out. So
yeah, he could.
You know, he did the right thing. Look, he was in the middle of the track. It was a bad spot. You can't help that sometimes, but you do.
Yeah.
If you wait for everyone to go past and all that stuff, get back out there. There's no reason why not to. I know you lose time or whatever, but the fact is that every lap that you do is a lap that you're learning something.
Yeah.
So definitely get out there, learn something about the car, learn how the car feels and how. And if you're down the back of the pack and you're not holding up the leaders, then push the car to its limits. See what you can do with the limits of the car.
Yeah. Do
learn
like
from
Max. Yeah.
Like got this wicked train going on though for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
the GTEs looking pretty good at the moment. Looks there's a car in front of him, Darren Huxham. Yeah, I think a suggestion for AMF next round is next series. Is to maybe introduce like a no escape rule. Like, if you have an accident or something like that, you need permission to tow. I know a lot of major series broadcasted by us, but like also SimSpeed.
Yeah.
They like series like V8 Scops, the GRSSA, which is like a sort of a feeder series too.
Yeah.
Like they all have no escape rules. Like in my opinion, this series should also have a no escape rule. Just make things a little bit more realistic. Because yeah, it's just my opinion.
Well, look, real life racing, you can't just escape. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm done." Okay, so if you do ask and say, "Hey, look, I need to be towed," then it's like basically giving them a heads up that you're in the middle of the track, you're not in a good position, and you definitely maybe the race control would bring out a safety car.
Exactly.
So, in all of, intensive purposes, yes, it's a good thing. But then again, it could put, be a problem on, say, a really tight track, say, like Bella Isle. Or, Bathurst even.
Bathurst is very tight.
As we're watching just Nathan Anderson go through. No, sorry. That was Aaron Imbers go past on Paul Jones making a move there. That was nice and clean for both of their driving skills. Sorry, I was talking at the time, but them two there, awesome driving.
And it looks like Paul Jones is about to make another pass down at the hairpin with Aaron Ivers. He's going to execute the move there, but...
I don't think he's that close enough. He's going to watch it from Nathan Anderson coming around the back. But no, that's fine. They'll all slot back in and playing nice together. Not too many fights going on tonight. I don't think they want to mess up and get told off. As I said, it's a really small track. As we're watching Bruce Ross getting on the back of Taylor Oaks, sorry. He's keeping the pressure on tonight, both in Ferrari, so there's no advantage or disadvantages. As we say anyway, that the AMF Dev Series, the setups are fixed. They are done by a setup guru. Tyler Blackburn. Why is he in P12?
Must have had a really bad qualifying session.
Oh, I must admit, there's something going on there, because he doesn't start at the rear of the field.
Yeah.
So
But the feeling...
this far back.
Yeah, but the feeling is, with Craig Edwards missing, could he just be simply cruising around knowing that the championship may have been sorted? We don't know. Because all we know is Craig's got a big fat 0 on his number for this round. And we are not even sure if he has done a drop round on the sprint side. Because I know there are 2 drop rounds, one for sprint, one for enduro. And I've got a hunch that he may have already used the drop round for a sprint round a few weeks ago. Can't remember which one though. So if that's the case, that's 2 rounds. That's got a big fat 0. And I think Tyler Blackburn has done all the rounds. So there's a possibility that Tyler could win the championship for GTE class.
Possible.
It's one of those likely situations at the moment. So, but who else is in the championship hunt?
Well, look at the gaps at AMF, the GT3s. 6 seconds between first and second, then 6 seconds again, and then 4 seconds, and then 2 seconds. So there's massive gaps.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the
They're
GT3...
just cruising tonight, mate. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, I think the GT3 series side of things is also all but sorted with... I don't think any of them are racing.
Nope. Rob Gray.
Rob Gray is, and I think he's in the hunt.
Oh, sorry, there you go. Flying Giraffe. That's what it was. FGM stands for Flying Giraffe Motorsport. Sorry, boys. Apologise for that.
So Tom Curran and Chad Hearn are unaccounted for this round, so... And they've usually been up the front.
Don't forget, Sebring 12 out.
That could be also the case. They could have, I think their split's already been... I think the, did they start midnight?
Oh, look at the pressure on here. Ouch.
It's between Oaks and Ross.
No, it's the GT3.
Ah.
Up the back of Jeremy Clark.
Lucky with...
No dramas. Scott Chambers coming back through the GT3 field.
There you go, pass done. Pass done.
15, sorry, or so, in class.
And, oh, Chris Radisich. Absolutely giving nothing to Chambers and just lets him by. A 4 in the dirt, holy smokes. Seriously, dude. Oh, there we go.
There. Not gonna get that. He's bent up bonnet.
Yep.
Big damage on that car. It's alright. There's what is it? Rubbin's Racing, son.
Yeah, Robin's son is racing.
That's it. But look, we go back up to this pack with all the Paul Jones between, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They're still going at it. David Miller up the back of this chain. Probably just waiting for a proper spot to bounce.
Just had a driver. I just saw someone disconnect all of a sudden. Chris Yielding. Don't know what was the case for that. I've never seen 152. There was no penalties. Said it was removed from server, so that's interesting.
Might have been some naughty chat there that we didn't hear.
Yeah, I had my sound on mute, so I've got no idea. Probably I'll ask race control.
This is probably the hottest battle that's going on at the moment between all these boys. This is probably the closest battle, and then we've got Bruce Ross. He's still hanging in the back of Taylor Oakes. That's always going to be a good fight. You know, Bruce Ross is a real clean driver. He won't make any stupid decisions or anything like that. He will wait for the right moment in time and then go for a position. Because you can see him, he's reeling on the back. He's letting them know. He's doing an SVG, you know. I'm just going to stick a little bit of a nose out here, and as he goes, oh no, see, as I said before, look, he's making nice clean moves. He won't make a move if it's not safe.
Yeah, exactly.
As a driver, but in saying that, you got to look in the rearview mirror that Tyler Blackburn's coming on you as well. So he's going to have it twofold. He's going to be looking in front, and then he's looking behind. So
oh yeah,
you're going to make that move. You've probably got what, half a second until he's just as close.
possibly. I just got official RC confirmation. Chris Yilling was in the wrong car, so he got removed from the server.
Oh, ouch.
He came in a race in a Mercedes AMG. I think it was meant to be in another car.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Oh.
Just as Bruce touches the grass there a little bit. These boys are playing nice tonight.
They definitely are.
What's
about to.
So the GT3s are really spread out.
It's pretty unusual.
Yeah, definitely. They're really spread out at the moment.
Well, it could have been new. Wow. Taylor just absolutely throwing the block on Ross. I think his patience is starting to get a little. It's starting to wear thin. A little is going to. Tries and execute a pass.
Yeah, but as I said, look, Tyler's on his back now.
Yeah, so he's became the pressurer to being the pressured.
Well, that's it. But you've got GT3s in front of you now.
So yeah, that may work in your favor if you play in the right game.
Yeah, sometimes depends who's in front of you.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
that was too close for comfort.
Just pulls up and lets him go. Awesome driving. That's respect
Well,
right there. Even
well
though
done,
he
mate.
was in the position with the guy in front, still, that's good.
Yeah.
That was Andrew Lang, by the way. Oh, it's Tyler Blackburn coming into the pits.
Tyler pulling in for his compulsory pit stop. Probably bang on time as well because we're about to reach the halfway mark.
Halfway already?
Yeah.
We're just getting into it.
We definitely were.
A couple of cars in the pits already. What's going on, boys? Stop smashing your cars.
Yeah.
Get back out in the race.
Yeah, this whole thing about championships and all that's starting to plague my head now.
Nah, don't worry about that. Wait until the points all come back after the drop rounds and all that kind of stuff. Race control will be on that, like white on rice, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
All they got to do is, keep it on the black stuff, keep it nice and clean, and keep going one at a time. On a small track like this, if you've raced this track, you know that there's, well, in my mind, there's only a couple of safe places you could possibly pass. So, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be either.
Liam Eagle just jump in the pits there, followed by, I think it was Nathan Anderson, I think. Yep, there we go. I'm on the ball tonight. Not really.
Yay.
Not
One
really.
driver in GTE that's all of these lows to him at the moment is Simon Mazzomo for FT1. But I think he's about to get himself into a bit of a battle currently happening between Pat Geller and Gavin Barber. But I think they're going to go a lap down anywho.
Maybe. I'm surprised Pat
Gallo
goes that far as well.
Well,
Especially in that
did.
car.
Yeah.
These
Well, it did have.
RSRs are the next thing, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, has he put
But-
it out?
Oh.
can't break a Ferrari easy in it. No,
There you go.
watch
No,
the inside line.
what crisscross that, and they're still side by side, and Simon's right behind them too. And they're gonna go a lap down, so the blue flag should be out. And Gavin's done the right thing, but Pat's just holding his ground. So that was a.
Wait till the next corner. There we go.
There we go.
He'll
Pass
try and cut back
executed.
in. He'll try and cut back in. Yeah, there we go. Look.
There we go.
These guys, man, they know the respect between everyone else, but you got to see it from their point of view that you don't want to lose a position that you're in an active battle. And when I say an active battle, you look at Pat Gallo and Gavin there. They're in an active battle, and even though the leader's coming through or whatever like that, you got to have that respect, but still, you got to cut it fine on where you let him through.
Yeah, exactly.
So look, you can understand what they're doing, and you know, with the driving of what these boys can do, it'll be safe. It'll be safe. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Oh, Chris Whittaker just locks up the front right. He's got a 3.7 second lead on Aaron, but obviously they have a GT3 cars between them.
Whoa, who was that? Sebastian Murray. Westberg gonna have a bit of a tussle with, I think it was Paul Jones. Paul's now just past him. One of the other things I'm pretty keen for next season is the possibility of an introduction of the BMW M8.
Oh, just, look, they have to, well, as word is in the grapevines that in hosted races you can have more cars. So they really need to look at that, and that you can have more cars in a host race rather than 5 at the moment, I think, top of my head.
Six.
Well, there you go, 6. So you got to have more, because some of these feature races and these fun races that you have, that you'll see that in the broadcast in probably a couple of weeks of week 13 with AMF Dev Series, we do a week 13 kind of a fun race or whatever like that. As you see, last season we did what was it, Mustangs, MX-5s, don't quote me on it, and something else at Bathurst. This time we're doing it at, I can't remember, go look at the Discord.
Philip, I think it was.
Yeah, it is. It's Philip
I think it was
Island.
Phil.
Sorry, my bad.
There we go, Philip Island.
Yeah, so it's all in the Discord of AMF, and if you need links to that, I will put a link under the video. I have been caught up with technical dramas enough not to write descriptions yet, but I will get around to it, I promise, to give you all the documentation that you need to do to get in touch with the iRacing community of the AMF Dev Series. It was originally a GT3 Dev Series, and now it's a GTE GT3, being elite and pro drivers are GTEs. So we do have classes of drivers in this as well.
Yeah.
Alright, let's look at the weather, man. Mostly cloudy, as you can tell. It looks like someone did a big burnout. Temperature is 20 degrees on the track. A bit colder than usual, so these boys should be pushing hard. Saw some of these boys do a lot faster laps than this. What's going on?
Nobody.
As you can see, Bruce Ross's is like 150 because he's already been in the pits. But if you go back at the front, Chris, he needs to pit soon. He's on 20 laps, obviously, because it's 20 laps since the start of the race. As he goes inside of Andrew Lang. Aaron Ember's behind him coming through. So we'll see what happens with these. If Aaron's going to jump in the pits, he probably won't even actually see if Chris jumps in the pits because he's that far behind. As we've seen another GT3 jumping in. No, he's going to stay out.
Edward Morgan goes in, Chris stays out. Let's look at these lap times for a sec.
I think one of these boys better get in chat and say, hey guys, can you spice it up? Because you're just turning laps at the moment.
So the fastest... But so that last lap from Whitaker was a 124.1, which is a little over a tenth slower than his previous lap. So
Oh, it's not a second.
yeah. Well, his fastest was a minute 23.1, and that was on the third lap. Looks like the tyres may have.
Scott Chambers having a look. Steve and Bartholomew's pressure on him. He's like right on Rice. See what happens here. Both of them made their compulsory pit stops.
See where they are.
Yeah, but Scott Chambers has got 17 lap old tyres, so he must have been straight in there. And Steve only got 2. So Steve's tyres will probably get up to temp now, where you got Scott that's going to get a little bit slidey, but being the RSR, talk this car up all the time. I love it. It's an awesome car.
Yeah, I've driven around it in the Porsche too. Really, it's a really fun car to drive around with.
Another battle again. Liam Eagle, Paul Jones. It's still going on.
We've got a few battles going on with GTE cars. Whoa, Chambers picks it up and gets it going. Locked all 4, but he's going to lose a lot of ground over Stephen Bartholomew, unfortunately. I think he may have put a little bit too much brake pressure on these cars, but I think these cars have. I don't think they have ABS as their GTEs, but absolutely had all 4 locked. Could have went into a bit of a spin, but managed to get off the brake quite quickly and let the car settle before getting back and on his merry way. That's pretty. That was close. That was pretty close, I'll have to admit. But this battle between Taylor Oakes and Bruce Ross still the same. Nothing out of the extraordinary just yet.
Yeah, but watch the traffic.
Oh yeah, there's traffic in the way.
Go on, Brucey, do it. CM security all the way. Let's go.
Yeah, speaking of CM security, the Erebus has been out again today.
Yeah, did you see the sticker on the side of the car?
Yeah, I did.
Davey Reynolds' car and
Anton De Pasquale.
As he's making a move.
Yeah, making 2 moves.
That would be 3.
Oh,
Chris, come on. Yeah, but
Chris Radis.
left-hander.
Yeah. So the guys and girls from Erebus down at Adelaide this weekend.
Clement's in the pits at the moment. David Miller in a bit of a battle. There's a bit of a pickle between Liam Eagle and Paul Jones, so he's came through. Oh, that was a bit close from Paul.
Yeah, it's
Ferrari
starting to get a little.
are a lot longer.
Yeah. But just be careful when the BMW comes in. Just be very careful because they are pretty big.
They're pretty big.
They are big boys.
It's a rolling joke, isn't it? Put a BMW up to next to an AMG and we'll see who's bigger. AMG's just a lounge chair, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. And she's just it looks like a Boeing 777.
Bruce Ross still putting the pressure on, man. He's going to make that move sooner or later. Come on. Come on. Got Dave Clements up the front. In the middle, Taylor Oakes. So Taylor's going to be feeling it, as you can see him weaving left to right, being defensive. You can only make one defensive move, by the way.
Don't want to do a Verstappen and move several times.
Oh, we're not going to talk about him. Didn't he get taken out of a race anyway?
Whoa!
Shooting back. Scott Chambers, Steve Bartholomew fight as Scott Chambers makes a move on a GT3. Sorry. Other way around.
Oh, good.
Let's go back to the other fight. Bruce Ross. Come on, Brucey.
Looks like he's actually losing a bit of time over Taylor. As we're probably about to click over to minutes to go.
I got 11. Very good.
Alright.
David Miller. Right up Anderson's back bumper, shall we say. Oh, that's a little bit of a lock up there, hard on brakes. Someone needs to adjust their load cell.
Oh, or maybe brake bias 1 or 2, who knows?
Probably. Alright, so Chris has taken his pit stop and Aaron is in right now. It'll be
So
good to
Lee
see
goes.
what happens there.
So Lee now goes back to Chris.
Not yet. Will do. Very soon. Right about now. Chris will take the lead. As you can see in the background, Porsches everywhere. That is very
Porsche.
close. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, there we go.
that's
David
it,
Miller.
28.9 for Whittaker and 28.4 for Aaron's pit stop. So you basically came out exactly where you were before. Good timing on that one, boys. I know it was a scheduled pit stop as such. Alright, let's go in the back of the battle. They've got Paul Jones in the battle of all these mix-up Porsches. And let's see that 488 cut through. Let's jump on board for one lap. And go to that.
Safety car, safety car, safety car. Single file, guys. Single file, safety car.
Humans. Extinction.
So that was a little break there. Let's see what's happening. When we have 9 minutes to go.
No pass done for Paul Jones. He's been still in the back of all these fights with all these Porsches.
Let's quickly jump back to Mark Dial, putting the pressure on his teammate. Because he's right up his keister in that BMW, and definitely the same as Chad Hearn. These boys really like these Beamers.
Yeah,
You know,
Mark really putting the dial up with his teammate Chris Radisich.
Alright, Brenton West in third, the GT3, sorry. It's probably closest to Edward Morgan, that's doing a nice job. Rob Gray still up the front by 13 seconds.
Holy
Got
smoke! Ooh,
a couple of Porsches. I'd say that's Tyler Blackburn behind him. No, Ian Smith, sorry.
yeah.
Trying to get a little bit of draft off him down the main straight there, but I'm surprised that the Porsche didn't overtake the Beamer down there. What's going on there?
Yeah, it's probably just trying to get in a draft, trying to get a bit of a slingshot to get past the BMW.
Bruce Ross got past Taylor Oakes though. Missed that
And
pass. Sorry, Bruce.
Looks like that's it. And that's... Looks like Ian's getting harassed now again by Sam Mazomo, about to go a lap down. So it looks like it's just there for pacing laps, and there you go, just lets Mazomo pass. Coming towards the hairpin, so yeah, he's going at a reasonable pace, probably GT3 pace. So he's probably just there to just check out the track, maybe just do a few running laps around.
Well, that's it.
No
But
big-
if you look up the front, you're watching Aaron Invers, right? This is for the lead of the race. Right?
Oh, was that drama?
He's putting pressure right on Chris Whittaker.
David Miller around. There's a bit of damage on the back of his Porsche. Must have been got involved in a bit of a tangle there.
Let's see if we can get a replay.
Yeah, this looks like a bit of rear wing damage on the Porsche. So that might have been a case of him just.
Oh, he's got touched up. Yeah, definitely. Oh, ouch.
Will that result in a penalty though?
Nah, I don't think so. That was a bit of a, yeah, squeezing too much stuff into a small corner.
Yeah.
What's going on here with Aaron Ivers? I gotta ask him his name, seriously. Oh, he was going a little bit wide on that one. He's really trying to push hard.
Oh, he definitely is.
But these boys are very... Oh, Chris going a little bit wide, and we've got a car off on the left there.
That was Kyle Booth.
Yep, I was just about to say, back at the track there, he's doing his best to avoid everyone and everything as he pulls back into the pits on this one. Let's jump back up the front and look at Aaron Embers and Chris Whittaker fight.
Whittaker got a little bit wide coming into the third last corner, and it's under.
Wide again.
Looks like the car's starting to understeer a little bit because
Ferraris are like that.
yeah, it looks like the tires are starting to wear off on the car, so it's getting a little bit understeery.
Well, they wouldn't have changed tyres in a pit stop like this, so...
No.
Yeah.
You get what you get. You get what you get, unfortunately.
Ferraris can do way more than 33 laps around Okayama. So
Yeah, they can do more.
It depends on how you drive it, really, and the pressures as well.
Yeah. So yeah, just about 5 tenths on between each other. So if Aaron can play it smart, he can just try and hold behind Whittaker and wait for him to make a mistake. Then pounce. But by the looks of things, Aaron is actually might be backing up a little.
You can sit there waiting for a week for Chris to make a mistake. So, commentary curse or not, I'm on a wooden desk. I'll touch wood for you, sorry, Chris. But
I've got one desk too. So
yeah, right now you look, with 4 laps to go, or not even 4 laps, probably 3 laps to go. You're not going to see him make a mistake.
no.
You can definitely hang in there and put the pressure on. I'm seriously back these RSRs. Definitely a beautiful car. If you know how to push them and you push them hard, just don't drop a tire on the grass. We saw that a couple of rounds ago, didn't we?
Yeah. Dropped one in the grass and spun it around, and speaking of which, Aaron just puts 2 wheels on the dirt, loses a bit of ground.
Bruce Ross,
Yeah.
what have you been doing? You got a little bit of a fender problem there, mate.
Uh-oh. So I was looking at the gap between first and second. It's grown up to out by nearly 6 tenths.
Oh, nearly.
Nearly.
You get back on. Look, you got to look at the difference of the cars. Now, even though the guru of the setups that do that for the AMF, yeah, there's only one split, by the way, Drew. Just in YouTube chat there, sorry. Look at the difference of the cars. Some of them benefit on some of the corners and some of them don't, okay? But the overall lap times of these cars by the same driver that does the setups are identical, okay? Because he does many, many, many laps of these cars. So certain corners will be an advantage to a Porsche.
Oh, Aaron!
Way too wide. And that's what you don't want. Especially coming down to like 3 laps left. You don't want to be doing that, especially in a Porsche RSR. You drop that rear tyre. We saw it at, where were we, Le Mans? How many tracks have we done? But we saw it plenty of times that the RSR drops that rear tyre, too much loaded up, and he does it again. It just goes, see you later. You're a passenger now.
Yeah.
But
looks like...
Yeah, what I was saying is some cars are going to benefit. The BMW is really good at cornering. The Porsches are really good at cornering. AMGs are just lounge chair. They're just easy everywhere. You know, the Ferraris, you do get that understeer. The Audis, same thing. Well, personally, I dislike the Audi. I think it's just, yeah, just kick it out of iRacing.
Safety car.
Oh, you're kidding.
I just read in text there. Safety car.
Really?
That's
What's
what
Big Smash?
What? I'm just looking in the text chat. It's on iRacing. It's saying safety car, safety car. What the hell's going on here? I was gonna see if Ryan's actually
Nah. No way.
pulled off.
Not this close to the end, mate. No way.
What's?
No. The safety car is still in the pits.
So was it a false alarm or was it just a little?
That was a false alarm.
Yeah, I can confirm that was a false alarm.
And then still, he's dropping back. I think this is where they're going to set us. He's satisfied with his spot, and I think he's just going to leave it. And his closest one we've got fifth is Paul Jones. You've seen him run a good race tonight with all the battle pack that's been going on mid. That is well done to him. He's held off, and not only that, David Miller, Tyler Blackburn, the starting position for Tyler Blackburn of where he was to where he is now, and he's in 8th position, was great. I don't know why. There must have been some reason. I'll probably find out later why he was so far back down the track there. Scott Chambers, he's still on the back of Stephen Bartholomew. They've done a good drive tonight. You can see that their cars are nice and clean. Or just as Steve's getting a little bit close to the AMG there, don't make me curse you. I don't want to. You've had a nice car so far. Alright, as we go through the field, Dave Clements has dropped down a little bit. He was up in a battle, might have had something happen. He was at the back of the whole Bruce Ross, Tyler Oakes fight, probably about 5 laps ago. As we go through, Rob Gray still leading, and he's done an awesome job up the front of the GT3 field. Edward Morgan in P2 and Brenton West in P3. They're doing an awesome job, these guys. Going through the field, you will see a few different names as
Chris Whitaker's just gone across the line and has won the final race of season 9. And Aaron just pulls into P2 with 0.4 of a second. So should get more cars coming across the line now. So Liam Eagle now in position number 3. Let's see the remaining battle pack. Taylor Oakes, Bruce Ross, and Chris Fraser come across the line now. Taylor just stays there for position number 9. Looks like Stephen Bartholomew is pulled away from Scott Chambers. I can't see him at all, unless that was.
There must have been a bit of an accident there.
Must have, so he's
Yeah,
finishing position
I
number...
was watching some other screen at the moment. I was trying to find some information that didn't work too well.
Looks like that wasn't the... Looks like Rob Gray has also come across the line to win in GT3s. Chris Radisich, got a bit of hefty damage on the front of his AMG, finishes at 7th in class. See who the last driver out will be. Chris Whitaker comes across, is back to the start finish line. Looks like it's going to do some victory donuts, possibly. Get the TC up.
Let's
TC
look
off.
at the results. Out of first, Chris Whitaker. Okay, I had a conversation with him during the week, and I'm not saying Whittaker anymore. Okay, it's Whitaker. I'll get it mixed up with Whittaker. You know yeah. Okay, let's go on. All right, Chris Whitaker out of first. Aaron Invers out of second. Liam Eagle out of third. Fourth, Nathan Anderson. Fifth, Paul Jones. You saw an awesome drive from him. Simon Mesimo, another name that he's told me. I say it's okay. 7, David Miller. Tyler Blackburn out of 8th. What a storming drive from him. Nice and clean. He did start at the battle back of the GTEs. Oh my god. Tongue tied tonight. Tyler Blackburn starting at the back of the GTEs. I will find out what happened. Probably a qualifying incident there. Number 9, Taylor Oakes. 10, Bruce Ross. What a solid drive. Nice and clean, but you need a front left fender, bud. Let's go. Let's go through the results. Chris Fraser out of 11th. Steve Bartholomew. This whole mid-pack battle was awesome. They did really well tonight as well. Steve Bartholomew, every race he finishes race in a nice, clean, nice car. He must like Fords that much. Scott Chambers 13th. Gavin Barber out of 14th. Dave Clements out of 15th. Surprising he's not a little bit up more. He was in that battle pack with Bruce Rice. Hopefully that, something must have happened there to drop him down a little bit. Ian Smee, 17th. Pat Gallo, 20th. 30th. Well, this is overall positions, not class positions. Darren Huxham. And then you have James Wilson, Dean Ross. These are all DNFs. All right, let's go on to the GT3 results. Rob Gray up front. Surprise, surprise. He knows how to pedal that Beamer that you wouldn't believe. Probably a good one for the new Beamer. Rob would probably buy it, jump in it, and probably smash everyone overall. Edward Morgan out of second in the AMG couch. As I was to say, 3, Brandon West. 4th, Sebastian Murray Westberg. Another AMG. Mark Dial out of 5th. Good drive from him, even though they were all battling into team battles there. Jeremy Clark out of 6th. Chris Radicic out of 7th. Dean Reddit out of 8th. Stephen Varga out of 9th. Another one I would have loved to have seen a little bit more up the front, but I think everyone was pacing themselves tonight. P10 was Andrew Lang. P11, Kyle Booth. Ross Wilson out of 12th. Chris Uding did leave the server, and these are all DNS. David Mulhall. Liam Small and Grant Mutterford was a really surprise. He's a really good driver, and I don't know why he wasn't pedaling his Beamer tonight. So, all in all, that's my whole mouthful.
Yeah, we got a few people waiting in the our broadcast chat.
So, the easiest thing is, I found out that if you introduce one person at a time and you talk to one person at a time, it gets kind of boring and repetitive. But what I'll do is I reckon that we bring all of them in here and we have a chat to all of them at the same time. How you going, guys?
Oh boy.
Hey, g'day. Hey, Steve.
How you going, boys? So, who's first up? Who wants to talk first up? We've got Liam, we've got Ed, we've got Chris, we've got Rob.
Simple game of rock, paper, scissors?
Liam's first time in here, so I think he can go first.
Oh, yeah, thanks for throwing me under the bus there.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
How you going, Liam?
Oh, not too bad. That's first podium, so I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah?
Yeah,
it was a good drive from tonight.
Yeah, I managed to stay ahead, which was handy. Normally I crash into someone or something, so...
That was alright. You were catching by the end. What I was looking at anyway, even though that you were a little bit behind. You could have advantaged if, Chris and Aaron had a little bit of a tangle, but I think Aaron backed off, 4 laps to go. But that's a good podium for you, guy, and that's a good result for the team.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it, so thanks for that.
How'd the race go? How'd you go with the whole fog and everything?
Actually, I quite liked it. It was good conditions, so no complaints there. Almost got the clean race, but got one off track at one point, so...
Ah, spewing. But what about the car setup? How did you feel the car setup was?
It went really, really well, especially because this is pretty much all I've raced all season. Like, I haven't done any officials, really, or anything like that, apart from Aston Martin's, which conveniently was at Okayama, so I had a bit of an advantage there. So I reckon that might have helped a bit here. And then the car setup here was just fantastic. Just brakes, perfect.
No, that was good. All right, so while you're in here, do you want to thank anyone, shout out to anyone, say any funny quotes?
I suppose I thank my team just because they've always been helping me with all the, any practice I need or any information, setup information, or anything I need. So thanks to that. Thanks to PRT, Pulse Racing Team.
Awesome stuff. Now let's go to the next one. Who wants to have it? Chris, Chris, Rob, Edward?
Oh, you got me?
Yeah, right there. I'll go.
Yep, go, yeah.
Go on, Isaac. You can do this interview.
Ooh. Who to have this time around?
Chris.
Oh, Chris.
It is
yeah,
I.
we're just yeah, great race from you. Just it's almost a lights to flag victory there.
Yeah, no, it was bit of a shame some of the quicker guys weren't here. See how we would have gone against those guys, but nonetheless, a win's a win. I'm certainly going to take it. That's for sure. So it's
Exactly.
yeah, no, it went pretty well. Got a good jump at the start, which made life a bit easier. I think I had 6/10 or thereabouts by the start finish line, but yeah, from there it was just a matter of hoping that the boys behind us had to have a bit of a battle, which by the sound of things they did, which was fantastic. Just made life a lot easier for me, but. Yeah, I think I made a little boo boo with my pit strategy there. I let Aaron back into it. He was pushing me at the end there. I thought Liam had me going last week, but yeah, Aaron had he certainly had the pace on me, but I wasn't going to make it easy for him. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say that the battle between you and Aaron got really heated a few times. Thought we were going to see a pass from Aaron, but he made a couple of mistakes within the final laps, but ended up finishing around 4 temps behind you. So
Yeah.
you would have had a few sweat drops coming down your face.
Yeah. I've got the air conditioning on. I've got the fan on, blowing straight on me. It's it was a bit of a workout, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So how'd the car hold up tonight?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It, I mean, obviously they had some pretty good outright pace. It did relatively well. Did really well for my standards, to be honest, in qualifying. So I was pretty happy with that. We kicked things off right, but the tyres seemed to go away a little bit towards the end. But that was probably just because I was pushing real hard at the start as well. So I probably just sacrificed a little bit too much at the start of it. And then, yeah, with the pit strategy that I ran, I took on way too much fuel. And probably didn't quite take it at the right time either. But hey, nonetheless, it got us to the W, and I guess that's all that really matters.
That's cool. While you're here, do you want to thank anyone?
Yeah, for sure. So, first things first, thank the guys who run the series, all obviously commentary team, you guys, all do a fantastic job. Again, thank the guys at FT1 Motorsport, our sponsors, Demon Tweaks, SimSpeed, Sim Racing Collectibles, Hybrid Racing, RMS. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. I think that's everyone. So yeah, all of our supporters. Yeah, no, it's great to have them all on board. And yeah, I think from my counting that I was doing, I think this wraps the championship up for us as well. So yeah, pretty pleased to do that for the team.
I'm waiting to see the championship results because we went into them, but we got drop rounds and stuff. So obviously the AMF guys will work that out. And also, me and you, actually, we asked each other, well, I asked you how I said your name correctly previously. So don't blast me if I got it wrong tonight. So everything was a bit edgy because we had, like, no joke, man, up to like 5 minutes before the broadcast started. We had major technical issues. So, look, if I got your name wrong, as always, you can send me a strong-worded letter later.
It's all good, buddy. If that's the worst thing that happens tonight, it'll be a good night.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Congrats on the win, mate. That was an awesome drive from you, man. Right now, we'll jump over to the GT3s. We've got Edward Morgan sitting in the chat as well. Edward, how you going, mate?
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, mate, I gotcha. How you going?
No, it was good. There was a bit of a bingle at the start with the cars ahead. I don't exactly know what resulted from that, but that sort of opened the door. And I think, like Chris was saying, I just burnt up too much of my tyres at the start because I had Brenton behind me, and he was getting so close. So, but anyway, just managed to hold on, and this is my first podium for AMF. First race I've done of pleasures I've done of this season, and it's so I guess I'll have to wait till next season.
No, that's good, mate. No, you did a really good drive. I was watching the times throughout the race. How did the AMG setup hold up for you?
It was really good. It's a little bit taily too, but after a bit of practice, I managed to just get the trail braking right to get through the corner okay. But putting the power down, it's very fishy-sailing. So towards the more tricky bits towards the end of the circuit, Brenton is getting very close.
Nah, that's awesome, man. How did you find the battles tonight?
It was good. When Rob sort of set off from the start, I tried as hard as I could to keep up with him, but I think the closest I ever got to him was maybe a second. But he was just had so much pace, so I didn't really have much ahead of me. I didn't really have much behind me.
So that was good. You were just focusing on corner by corner and getting it home nice and clean.
Pretty much. It wasn't until after the pit stop that I actually had Branson behind me, and then.
Oh, that's cool. All right, so while you got the comms box, is there anyone you would like to thank? Shout out to your sponsors, tell a joke, or any other funny quote. You go for it, mate.
Well, I got a Peter Rock quote, which is bite off all you can chew, and then chew like hell. But any sponsors, I haven't got any. I'm a privateer, so thank you, AMF and everything.
I'm pretty sure after that comment, I think you might have a couple of inbox messages in about an hour and a half.
That'd be sweet.
But I'll just shout one out, okay? Team CMR for the win, you know? Nah. Anytime. I'll message you later.
Theodore.
All right, Edward, great drive tonight, mate. Stoked on your podium. You well deserved it, and it was awesome. So hopefully the buzz is there for you, and you can watch the replay later, and be happy about it.
I'm saying I've got it saved on YouTube. I had it up to let me know when the second time.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Hey, you have a good one. All right, next one we have in the box is the winner of the GT3 class, Rob Gray. How you going, bud?
Hello, I am good.
What's going on tonight? You had a good race?
Yeah, it was quiet. I sort of missed Tom and Chad, but congrats to Edward and Brenton for putting on a great race.
Yeah, where are them boys?
I think they've both got parent issues. They've got kids to look after.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Chad was saying that the other week when he was in the comms box, you know. So you got to you got to respect that you know, sim racing is not a full-time hobby, you know, for certain people, especially fathers and with young kids. So look, he jumped in the comms box last broadcast and had a good chat with us about that. So no, that's awesome for them. But how was your drive tonight?
Yeah, it was pretty quiet, to be honest. I just sort of drove and just took it easy.
I was about to say, you led from start to finish, didn't you?
Yeah, I come out of the pits in the lead as well.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk to AMF and chuck you at the back of the field next season.
I'll go up to the GTEs next season. Race the BMW. That's my plan.
Yeah.
It was all good. Had a clean race. Didn't have any incidents, except for the last corner I got tagged on. But other than that, it was...
All right. Well, is there anyone you would like to thank while you're here?
Yeah, obviously, thank Ryan and all the guys at AMF for putting on the league. So this is my first season at the league, and it's been a pleasure. Just really clean racing from everyone, all up and down the field, and for Dave for making the software for RMS. Yeah, so just I guess thanks all around, and it's been a pleasure. And you guys for broadcasting too. So.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem at all. We just do this as a side gig. As you can tell, there's that many technical dramas. Nah. What about your team?
Yeah, it's shout out to those guys. They're both all two members of the Flying Giraffe, at home looking after their kids as well. Yeah, they've been a pleasure to race with. I've raced with them for years, so yeah, look forward to another.
Well, that's it. Well, next season we'll see what happens. You come back with all your team members, and obviously you'll probably be punted up to GTEs, so that's going to be interesting to see. There's no Beamers there.
We'll see. There's the M8 coming, isn't there?
Yep.
Makes it.
That thing's going to eat every other car.
Big boy incoming.
Yeah, that's it.
Literally eat it. Om nom nom.
All right, quickly what we'll do is we'll jump to Brenton West, and then we'll hear from Ryan, the boss of AMF. Brenton West, third place GT3. How you going, buddy?
Good, thanks. You got me there?
Yeah, mate, sure do. Loud and clear.
Awesome.
How was your race tonight?
Pretty quiet until I caught Edwards just after the pit stop. Had a few guys on the first corner. They all took each other out. Now Stephen, Mark, and a couple another one was involved there and got through that and got past Dean and then kept it pretty clean for the rest of the race. Just tried to keep out of everyone's way.
Ah, that was a good drive from you as well. How'd you find the setup in the car?
One of the few guys running the Audi, and I found it pretty good under brakes, but I feel like I lost out a little bit in the high-speed corners throughout.
Yeah, I'd say there's not many that run the Audi this season. Probably a couple of seasons ago there was a fair few boys, but this season there's not that many Audis, and I think that you're pretty much the only one in this race, to be honest.
Yeah, I ran around with it last year at the AMF season as well. And so this is my second year in it, or second season as such. And yeah, just good to try and get it up the front.
Yeah, that's good. Actually, there's 3 boys running Audis tonight. That's how much I pay attention. But no, that was awesome. While you're in the comment box, do you want to throw out a funny comment, a joke, or thank your team, or thank anyone?
Just a privateer as well as Edward. So I've just got the wife to thank for letting me get on here.
Oh, well, that's cool, mate. I'll send you a message in a minute. No, you'll probably get about you'll probably get about 15 messages pretty soon, dude. But yeah, no, mate. For a privateer to come into the season, how did? Oh, it's probably a question I should ask. How did you find the season? Not like find it, but how did you? Yeah, okay. How to explain that? How did you find out about AMF Dev Series?
I can't quite remember. I obviously jumped in last year, but I don't know how I found it actually.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll just chuck out like probably Facebook or something like that. But look, usually most team drivers and people know about it. It's not so much about the broadcast as such, because that was a new thing, but it was a lot loaded around about Facebook. So no, it was just interesting to ask someone that was a privateer. I should have asked the question before, not put you on the spot. I apologise for that. But no, that's awesome that you're coming on board. The setup was good in the car. You like that, and you're running the Audi as well. So that's a bit of a, no one loves that car anymore.
That's the only one I have. So
true. Well, maybe you should, jump in a couple of more seasons and jump up to an RSR or something like that, and have some more fun.
That's what I'm planning on doing next year.
Yeah, that's it, mate. The RSR will save as houses until you touch that rear on the grass.
Drive the BMW.
I'll probably do plenty of that.
yeah. Wait until you hit Bella Isle in one of them RSRs. Something goes wrong. You probably couldn't drive one of them Beamers at Bella Isle. It probably wouldn't fit.
Yeah, maybe. It's just like trying to get a pit exit. It's like, it's stuck.
Yeah, that's it. All right, Brenton, congrats on the podium, bud. Exceptional driving, nice and keep it clean. Thanks for jumping in the comms box. And hopefully we'll see you back next season in an RSR.
Thanks for having us for the season.
No worries, mate. All right, now we're joined by Ryan Kolstad, the man, the boss, the race control, Mr. AMF GT Dev Series himself. How you going, Ryan?
Oh, I don't think I've heard an intro quite so good, but yeah.
Mate, I was going to talk it up a little bit more, and I thought I'd better stop now. You might start blushing.
Yeah, not far off it.
How you going, bud?
I'm good. I think that's a pretty good wrap to a short season for us. Our shortened seasons are always a little bit different. We don't get as much a turnout as we get, but what I can say for the lack of turnout, the racing was fantastic this season. We had some really, really good races, some great battles in both classes all the way through. I'd like to say quick congratulations to Chris. I'm pretty sure it's not a confirmed count, but I'm pretty sure we just created ourselves a new GT Dev champion. So congratulations, Chris.
Cheers, Ryan.
No worries, mate. I'm not too sure who's going to take out the GT3. I think it's a fight between Tom and I think it's Tom and Chad. Maybe is a fight between those two. I'm not 100% sure, so we'll have to go and crunch the numbers up.
Let's have a look now. I can bring it up. As of before this race, it was Tom Curran on top, and then
Yeah,
Rob
but
Gray,
the
and then Chad
drop
Hearn.
round weren't added to that, so we still need to play with the drop round. So there's one drop round for the normal rounds and one drop round for the endurance rounds. And the reason we do that is because everyone's got a life, and sometimes life gets in the way of sim racing. So we allow drop rounds for the season to allow for life.
Well, even then, Chad Hearn's already had his drop round, hasn't he, on that points? So Brenton West here, the privateer, might even sneak onto the podium.
You'd think he might actually. So look, the GT3 class was really hotly fought, which was great to see. We're going to keep him in again next season. I think we're going to run with the multi-class because it's proving to be some brilliant racing. I don't think we need to go just straight GTEs. We'll stay with the multi-class racing, which I think has been fantastic.
I think it's a good thing. Like, look, cast your eyes back at Bathurst when we had 3. Jesus Christ, that was a handful.
Well, yeah, that was very interesting.
Good
and for
fun,
those who don't know, we do have the AMF special event next Sunday because we don't have GT racing next Sunday. So we do have our special event, and we're doing production car racing at Phillip Island. And for once, I'm actually going to be driving instead of race controlling, which will be nice for once for me.
So who's race control? Can we call it as we see it in the broadcast?
We got Justin Cotterill and Scott Chambers is going to jump into race control. Now, Scott Chambers used to help me in our endurance series that we did run for a short time. So he's got a fair bit of experience in the RC box. So yeah, those two gentlemen will run the race control and let me have a race for once, which will be nice.
All right, no pit stop penalties, all right, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm not handing them out, so I'm going to be on the broadcast, so I better be good.
Yeah, well, that's right as well. You will be commentary partner on the Monday night races as well.
Yes, so that's something I'm really looking forward to. So our Monday night series is finally going to get broadcast by yourselves. And instead of racing this upcoming season, I'm going to jump in the commentary box with you, Steve, and I'm going to commentate it. So really looking forward.
Nah, it's going to be good fun. Hey, while you're here, shout out to everyone that's helped in the whole entire series. Not only that,
I think that could take a long time, Steve.
Yeah, probably.
But the main ones is myself and Justin. Obviously, Justin has had AMF running for 6 years now. The fact that he let me use the AMF name to create this series was fantastic. The fact that he gives up his weekend to help me do race control every single race, every single season is a testament to him. I know he'd rather be racing. To the guys that helped me in the stewards room this season, Grant Matterford and Dean Ross, I thank them very much. It's not nice to give up a season of racing, but we do need volunteers to help us, and we appreciate it. Dave Clements for creating this new software. There's been bugs along the way, but anybody who's had anything to do with software development knows that there's so many more bugs before you get it perfect. There's going to be more bugs along the way, but at the end of the day, the software is going to be brilliant. I'd like to thank Philip Morton for doing my setups this season. I don't have time to do everything, and these guys that help me do these things is fantastic. A real testament to Phil on his setup ability. The setups were amazingly close this season. You could throw a blanket over cars this season. It's made for the fantastic racing that we're having. So I'd like to thank him a lot. He's going to jump on board and do the setups again for next season, which will be fantastic. If I've missed anyone, I'm very sorry, but yeah, that's all I can think of at the moment.
All right, cool. As we wind it to a close, on the end of season 6, from memory, we've broadcast 2.5 of them now.
Yep.
It's been an awesome journey. It's been a privilege to see not only the series grow, also moving into GTE, GT3s. Isaac for coming on board with the broadcast as well. The other boys that have helped out as well, Bruce Ross and everyone's behind the scenes and everything like that, and whoever races this season. You've made it what it is. Let's go bigger and better. Let's head for next season. And that's me pretty much signing off. And also thanks for RMS for coming on board this season as well. You made this all reality, as well as you as Jeremy and Ryan for putting this series on, and it'll be looking forward to the Sunday, Monday night. Not only the special event that's an action-packed, unbelievable event that is so much fun to even, let alone race in, but to watch. So, look, from Steve and all of us here at Podium, thanks to AMF GT Dev Series. We'll see you next season, and thanks for watching.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Safety car, safety car, safety car, single file guys, single file, safety car.
Humans.